BTJ. The Jaguars, according to Diana Rossini and other reports, are fielding calls about moving BTJ, trading BTJ. Kind of unheard of going into a second year off of a year that BTJ performed so well as a rookie, number 4 in the National Football League. But here's the thing. I don't think this is that far from the truth. We might get it shot down tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, but we've seen teams shut down. Oh, we're not trading a guy, and then they trade him. Breece Hall, we're not trading Breece Hall. Breece, you're our guy. This is your head coach, Aaron Glenn. You're our guy. Breece gets traded. Watch. He'll get traded. So I don't even care too much about the noise. What I care about is logic. Logic is BTJ is kind of becoming a diva in less than 2 years of play, less than a year and a half of play. And he is kind of lollygagging out there. I mean, we've seen it. We love BTJ. We love him. I'm not saying I don't love him. I think he could rebound. I think he could be amazing in this league. He could certainly get his groove back. But he's not out there trying and putting his heart and soul on the line. He's literally giving up on plays, barely running routes. He feels entitled to a good throw, which every wide receiver probably should be expecting that. But he's given up. And I think the team's looking at him differently than we think they're looking at him. They're looking at him like, man, this guy's not giving it his all. Remember that Liam Cohen wasn't there last year to absorb and take in everything that was BTJ 2024 rookie extraordinaire. He's watching BTJ now. He's watching them bring in another wide receiver. He's probably been intimidated by that all year. He's probably been a little bit upset that they go spend that high of a draft capital pick on a player that's going to play the same position that he plays. I think this has been a disaster from the start behind closed doors for BTJ and the Jaguars. BTJ to the Commanders, BTJ to the Bills, BTJ to the New England Patriots. Can you imagine? Because we know BTJ's got the talent. You can't trip and fall into number 4 overall as a rookie. You can't trip and fall into that. Trevor Lawrence is trash. Sorry, legacy game my ass. Trevor Lawrence is not a good quarterback. He's just not going to be. It doesn't matter if he could have been. Doesn't matter. That ship has sailed. It's been so much abuse. Just like Fields, you can try and fix somebody that's been abused. And Fields has been abused. It's not Fields' fault. Fields could have been a good quarterback, but he's not going to be a great quarterback because he's been abused time and time and time again, falling in bad situation after bad situation. But if we can get BTJ sent over to play with Drake May, you don't think we're going to see the top 4 wide receiver we saw in Jacksonville under Mac Jones? I got a bridge to sell you if you think BTJ can't rebound with Drake May, can't rebound with Josh Allen, can't rebound with Jaden Daniels. AJ Brown, Eagles say, we're not trading him. We have no interest in trading him. Let's see how you feel a week from now. I've even heard rumors, and let's ask Kruger if this is true before we hit the intro. Longest intro in a while here on the channel. Let's ask the Krugmeister if he's got a little intel on this. Kruger, is it true that Brian Thomas Jr., the sophomore wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars, currently injured, being called a diva by your boy Smitty because he just hasn't been putting his all into it? Is it true that he's unfollowed the Jaguars on social media?
So here's the scoop. Brian Thomas Jr. did indeed pick up a couple of injuries this season, a shoulder issue and then a chest injury that had him.
That's not what I'm asking, Kruger. Did he unfollow the Jaguars on social media?
Gotcha. So yes, it looks like he did unfollow the Jaguars on social media. There's been a bit of a buzz about that, and that's probably what's got people talking and calling him a diva. So your boy Smitty's on the money with that one.
All right, tell the people that the intro's coming to hit hit a deuce on the like button, subscribe if they're new, and dial in.
Absolutely, folks. You heard the man. The intro is rolling in, so go ahead and drop a deuce on that like button. Subscribe if you're new, and get dialed in with us. Let's do it.
Do it live. Dial in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So BTJ may be on the move. Well, let's read a little bit further into this little situation here. Diana Rossini, who again has been a hit and miss over the years. I mean, she's connected, but does she talk about things that sometimes don't end up happening? Sometimes, and sometimes she has decent information. So I take it for what it is. But Diana Rossini says that the Jaguars are listening on calls for wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. Even if the move feels highly unlikely, they're also shopping for defense. That's potentially the way they're going to attack this. I don't know. I think this man right here is not happy where he is, and this would send Hunter to the moon. Absolutely. I mean, he's already going to the moon right now on a temporary pass, if you will, because BTJ will return from a shoulder injury. But I mean, man, this could be crazy. This could be very, very interesting. And if you're a team like the New England Patriots, and let's pretend I'm Kraft, let's pretend I'm Howie. Yeah, Howie might be interested. He might pull it off. The Commanders might pull it off too. Imagine BTJ and Jaden Daniels. Can you imagine? Jaden Daniels is on the phone right now. He's saying, hey, get this done immediately. You want me healthy? This will get me healthy. Me tossing up footballs to my boy BTJ. Do it live. Do it well. Do it now. Get it done. Get her done. Get her done. I don't care how you do it. That's what JD5's doing. But can you imagine this guy catching footballs from Drake May as the bona fide number one wide receiver? Drake May's a top 5-6 quarterback right now without any elite talent. You throw this guy, proven top 5 wide receiver, don't trip and fall. You don't trip and fall into number 4 overall wide receiver stats. You do not. You do not. You know what you trip and fall into? A bunch of trash when Trevor Lawrence throws these hospital balls to you. But Hunter's green. He's fresh. He doesn't care. Give me a hospital ball. I just want to see a target. BTJ, he thinks he's, everything. And he kind of was last year. But right now, his attitude's like, I need this. I need that. Like, remember AJ Brown, his first couple years? Humble kid. Even in Tennessee, I went live with him every offseason. I'm not saying this because he stopped going live with, the guy's busy. I'm just saying he was a humble guy. We go live with him every offseason. AJB changed, man. The money changes you. The status changes you. Your production changes you. And sometimes it's understandable, right? You become some level of something. You have every right to be like, I expect excellence. I expect my quarterback not to toss hospital balls up. My body's my temple. My body's my moneymaker, and you're throwing me to the wolves. I can understand it all. I'm not saying all of it isn't justifiable. But BTJ is not even a year in 4 or 5 weeks, you could say, the way he's been playing football. He's really hasn't played football all year. Maybe one week he really showed up. You're talking about a guy who had a great rookie season, absolutely earned all the accolades. Top 5 wide receiver, BTJ. What you gonna do, BTJ? He's gonna put it on you, is he? I don't know. We need him out. We need him out of Dodge, though. We need him out of the Law Dog's care. We need this guy in an environment where Drake May turns him happy again. Hey, you want some perfectly thrown footballs? No more hospital balls? Here you go. My name's Drake May. Catch it. Do it live. And BTJ starts to turn into something special again instead of diva mentality. I don't know. We'll see what happens. As for the other diva in the conversation here, let's put AJ Brown, little circle around AJ Brown so you know who I'm talking about on replays. I'm trying to do this more often so you guys know where to go, where to skip to in the show. But look, AJ Brown, I don't care what the Eagles say right now. They're contemplating trading him. So this coming from Adam Schefter, saying that the Eagles are not expected to trade star wide receiver A.J. Brown before the NFL's November 4th deadline. Keep in mind that part of this could be also posturing. You never let people know, oh, we're getting rid of you, then you're cheap, you're pennies on the dollar, then you're less expensive. But this is certainly something that the Eagles have a vested interest in not doing, trading A.J. Brown away. Why would the Eagles trade him away? Camaraderie's not there. The locker room's getting divided. The only reason you would trade a player that can help you win now away for stuff that probably will not replicate or replace A.J. Brown, unless you trade him for BTJ. You can do a little Howie magic. There's nothing that would get you to want to trade him away. Just the mere presence of him lining up on one of Hurts's sides is like going to a negotiation with a nuclear warhead just sitting right there alongside of you. Doesn't matter if you use him. Doesn't matter if you fire him up. You don't even have to wax it. You don't even have to paint one of those awesome, like, I love mom, paint jobs, like almost like a sticker on the side. You don't have to name it. You don't have to. You just sit the warhead right there in the corner and you go, let's have a little conversation, Steven. And that backs everybody up. So even if you don't use him, his mere presence is helping the Eagles win helping the Eagles. I'm not saying they're going to win it this year. Helping the Eagles win a Super Bowl. So why would you trade him? You'd only trade him if the damage is so bad in this locker room. This guy, they're like, and if you say, oh, you're not trading him, Smitty, you're not trading. No one's saying they should trade him. No one's saying that they want to trade him. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Because a couple of you that will make a comment, go, Smitty, let me just tell you right now, I'm a season ticket holder, or my grandmother does the laundry for the. I don't care what you think. I'm here to tell you my opinion. Steve, 455 on YouTube. I'm here to tell you my opinion. My opinion is they don't want to trade him, Steve. My opinion is A.J. Brown doesn't really necessarily want to be traded. He's like Ayuk. He doesn't know what he wants. I want to be traded. I don't want to be traded. I want to be revered. I want the ball. I don't want the ball. I don't want it from Hurts. I just want to be valued. He doesn't know what in the hell he wants. He wants everything. He just wants what feeds him, right? But let me tell you something. When you tell me he doesn't want to be traded at all, or you tell me that it's fine, well, when they're 4-0 and he walks off the field, comes through the tunnel, doesn't talk to reporters that day, and throws a tantrum, throws a titty tantrum. Oh, I'm a little baby. I'm a little baby. All right, we're 4-0. I'm a professional football player, and no one handed me a script that got me 7 targets in the game. I'm a big baby. He complained and cried and moaned, and he's been doing it ever since, on and off. He gets fed. Last week, what's he do? He's still complaining. He's still agitated. And if you say, Smitty, no, yes, he is. The reports today even confirmed that he's agitated right now. A.J. Brown's agitated? Didn't he just come off a monster game? Didn't he just drop loads all over the field? Last I heard, he had a pretty good day at the office the last time he hit the field. Kruger, what were A.J. Brown's stats coming out of last week? What was his big, fat, bounce-back stat line, Krug?
Absolutely, Smitty. Let me pull those up for you real quick. So last week, A.J. Brown definitely had a monster bounce back. He put up something like 120 yards and snagged 2 touchdowns. Basically, he was a fantasy gold mine. So, yeah, he really delivered for the community.
Yeah, what Kruger said. Look, A.J. Brown exploded, and somehow he's complaining. Somehow he's agitated. Now he's injured. Now he can't play. Well, I've got bad news for you. I've got real bad news for you if you're an A.J. Brown fan right now. Because this report even puts a cherry on top, one of those negative cherries on top. According to this report from Adam Schefter, Eagles are not expected to trade star wide. Oh, wait, hold on. Where's the report was, that's a double there. Where's my report here? There's Swift. We'll get to Swift in a second. This one right here is Breece Hall. We'll get to that in a second. I think it was right here. Drum roll if I can get this thing to move. Okay, so although A.J. Brown has already been ruled out for Sunday's game versus the Giants, the Eagles have a bye next week, and the Pro Bowl wide receiver is expected to have a realistic chance to return the following week for a Monday night game against the Packers, per sources. A realistic chance? Whenever we're told that kind of stuff, like we're getting talked down to, like we're little babies and we can't handle the truth. Everybody holding back. The NFL, it's all about money. I understand. Oh, let's not tell everybody what's going on. All these teams playing coy. It's part of a strategy. No one has any good information anymore. We got to read between the lines. We got to read the tea leaves. So that's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do. That's why I go live whenever big news breaks. That's why I go live 2, 3, 4 times a day. That's why I go live for hours at a time to try and read the tea leaves, to try and give you the best assessment of what's going on. 20 plus years of experience of reading this horse shit and trying to decipher it. I got the decoder ring out. I got the Ovaltine decoder ring trying to figure out this BS. And you know what this BS tells me? Realistic chance of maybe playing after. This thing's not as minor as we think. If they're telling us there's a realistic chance that, yeah, he's not playing this week, they got a bye week the next week, and he's got a realistic chance of playing the next week. Now, he's got to pass physicals to get traded. So, yeah, there's a lot of complexities involved for him to even get put on a plane and sent elsewhere. But this is not good. A.J. Brown's falling apart anyway. Now, would I like to see A.J. Brown in New England versus no additional wide receiver in New England? Yes. Do I think A.J. Brown could do a very good job in New England for the small shot of time he can stay healthy here and there? Yeah, he could come back and play healthy down the stretch, but what's he look like next year anyway? What's A.J. Brown really next year? What is A.J. Brown going to be next year with his knees being cut up like crazy? I mean, his knees have been diced into more than Tom Brady's diced up a defense. Like this is just what he does. He has off-season knee surgeries and cleanups. His knees are getting cut away. That stuff does not grow back. Maybe in 10 years it will. It currently does not. A.J. Brown's knees will slowly start to deteriorate, or not slowly, quickly start to deteriorate, because once you cut into meniscus, it's worse than an ACL tear. A very, very solid meniscus tear is worse than a clean ACL tear. Don't shake your head at me. I know what I'm talking about. I've had all these injuries, by the way. Torn patellar tendon, torn ACL, torn meniscus, torn LCL, torn MCL. The only thing I haven't torn is my PCL that I know of. Maybe it's not even there. Who the hell knows? Every once in a while, my knee buckles still. I don't know. I haven't had an MRI in a while. But I've had all these injuries. I can tell you right now with a certainty that a significant meniscus tear is worse than a clean ACL tear. Clean ACL tears, you can come back 100%. 100%. Meniscus tears is like taking your vehicle and slicing one of the brake pads down about that much. And then the whole vehicle goes, and then you go driving on it for thousands and thousands of miles. What do you think happens to the right side of that versus the left side? All the compensation, the whole thing gets jacked up. The whole thing gets completely jostled around. You start wearing things out unevenly. The whole car shot. That's what's happening to A.J. Brown's body. And so you might think, oh, based on his age comparatively to another player that played 17 years in the NFL, Smitty, A.J. Brown's got 3 or 4 good years left. He does not. He might show up. He might show up like A.J. Green did for a couple years. He might be there like DeAndre Hopkins for a couple, 3 years. Like, you remember, sometimes I forget D-Hop's even in the league. Remember Julio Jones? For 2 years, just kind of lingering around. Yeah, that could be A.J. Brown, but A.J. Brown isn't going to be there. Dynasty, this is kind of my point. Dynasty owners, what in the hell you doing? Get rid of him. New England wants this man. New England wants this diva. You want this diva, not that diva. This diva might be able to be fixed for a while, or a pause button could be hit on this diva because you make him happy. He'll want to play ball. You make him happy, he'll let all this diva mentality kind of fall to the wayside for a while. It'll rise back up. It's innate. It's in him. This is a diva, unfortunately. But we want wide receivers to be divas. You know who's a diva right now that's proving us right and having a monster season? His name starts with George. His last name starts with Pickens. And he's doing loads, dropping wads all over the field. And we called it, we did it live.
Mashed potatoes!
Divas are okay. There's nothing wrong with the diva. You can be a diva. So send this diva right here, BTJ, send him on over to New England. Send him upward. Put him on a plane. Send him north. Send him northeast. Get him up into a New England Patriot uniform so Drake May can have a day every day.
I smell meatloaf. Meatloaf.
Problem is, not to rain on my own parade, both these guys are hurt. Can they even be traded? Can they even pass physicals? Can they even be sent on a plane? Can they even get cleared to fly? I don't know. Last time Worthy got on a plane, his ankle swelled up. Maybe you can't even clear either one of these guys to fly for 2 or 3 weeks. So, we will see. Are you saying you know more than NFL coaches? You talking to me, Matt? I know you're not talking to me. Because if you're talking to me and you know the show at all, you know damn well I think I know more than an NFL coach.
I smell meatloaf.
Well, all right, let's hit this other news real quick. So BTJ, AJB, DeAndre Swift, just like last week, groin listed as questionable, expected to play. A very good sell high. A very good hold, but also a very good sell high. Very good sell high. AJ Brown ruled out. Again, that's the news we just broke. And then probably heading to this piece of news here. Kirko going to start week number 8. And this is officially official now. This is kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't believe anybody anymore. I don't believe players. I don't believe coaches. I don't believe news wires. I don't believe anything. And when you're told by Penix Jr., insignificant, it's fine. I'll be fine. It's not even a big deal. Very minor injury. It's thought to not be serious. We hear that over and over and over. Penix Jr. is expected to play. He says he's going to play. And then what? On a Friday, on a Saturday, we start hearing this stuff. And now early Saturday, we're told Penix Jr. is not starting. It's going to be Kirko. We can't trust anything anymore. We got to read between the lines so much. Breece Hall, questionable for Sunday due to a knee injury, is expected to play versus the Bengals. Mason Taylor, questionable due to a quad injury, is also expected to play. Guess what? I don't believe him. We'll find out in the morning. But right now, it seems okay. There's like duplicates of this stuff all over the place. Thank you for... then Justin Fields, if anybody didn't know and you missed the earlier show that we went live on, he is starting week number 8 because they got no one else. They're back. Their plan of benching Fields went awry when he's the only healthy quarterback they can throw in there. Derrick Henry buy low. Lamar Jackson, as we reported earlier, is not going to play as well. That's another one where we were fed. This is where we're getting lied to constantly. And this doesn't change the fact that I buy Lamar Jackson low, by the way. I buy Lamar Jackson low. I'm scooping this man up at every turn. This does not change my mind. If you were living under a rock until right now all day long, Lamar Jackson will miss his 3rd straight game due to the hamstring injury, and Tyler Snoop Huntley will start week number 8. We have some options for you. I'm sure some of you are already asking, what do I do? Look, it's Flacco is the best option to pick up and start. Cousins, Fields, Kirko, and then Huntley will be next. Mariota and Huntley kind of tied, but this is be a tie here between 2 and 3, Cousins and Fields. Running potential might nudge Fields there, but Cousins could have a decent day, but Flacco would be the clear cut starter, I think, if you had those options. But this doesn't deter me away from going and getting this man, Lamar Jackson, scooping him up at pennies on the dollar. When you think about it right now, if you don't have him, and you're so desperate at quarterback, who cares if it's a week that you got to wait now? He's already had his bye week. They're going to wait a week, get him a little bit healthier. That way he doesn't have a setback. And you're just going to grab him now instead of before this week. And you know, not going to be able to play him, but you're getting him at an even more extreme discount. Get him before kickoff. The moment the whistle blows and all the players lock in, now it's as if nothing changed. Like, he sat out, but you're basically trading him coming back from injury, and he's playing the next game. You got to make this trade, give somebody some substance right now. Give them some reason to make this trade right now so they can use said player. Jackson Dart and a wide receiver. Jackson Dart and a running back. Trade whatever you can that makes sense to go buy Lamar even lower than you were going to buy him before this news broke today, and you're going to be better off all year. It's one game. If you don't have a quarterback and Lamar was your solution, or let's say you traded for him, you off by advice the night before, you pulled off a real quick trade before this news broke, probably like 12 hours had passed. I talked about buy him now, buy him now, buy him now, which doesn't change. My opinion is still buy him now. Coming off the bye week, very disappointing player. People that drafted him are losing. You got 3 wins, 2 wins, 4 wins because you drafted Lamar. He's not been producing. He's been injured. You drafted another player that hasn't been producing. You're 2 wins, 3 wins, and in the thick of it right now. You've got to make a move. You need a win today. You wait until kickoff tomorrow. He's not sitting out anymore. He already sat out the previous week because the whistle blew. So you're trading for week number 9. And no one's going to give you a discount because they already sat out Lamar for the entirety of this week because the whistle blew. Go get him now. Strike now. Lamar can help you next week. This discount is severe. I'd rather have Lamar sitting out this week than Lamar playing this week. Why? Because if I'm trading for him, I just got him for pennies on the dollar versus nickels on the dollar. All right. Let's hit these super chats and let's get into these $20 haulers first. The first $20 hauler comes from H13. H,
alert.
appreciate you.
Super chat alert.
All right. This one from H13. He says, also just traded McLaurin plus Woody for Tet and Fab. Just traded McLaurin and Woody for Tet and Fab. I guess I'm okay with that trade either way. I don't think you made out like a bandit. I don't think he did. I think you got some pros and cons here. Your team is Gibbs and Judkins and Scat. Unbelievable. Chase Brown maybe in Tet for one player is what I'm doing now, bro. I'm sending that packing. Jamar Chase, Garrett. How about Garrett Wilson? How about you keep Tet, trade Garrett Wilson and Chase Brown for a monster? JJ, you could pull that off, bro. I know you can pull off a trade like that because I see it left and right. That's what I would do. Absolutely. Rice, trade that for Rice, trade that for St. Brown, trade that for any one of those monsters, my man. Silver Rapture dropping a super chat. I got to move him to the front of the line. This is probably my longest running follower on the YouTube channel that at least is active. And some people will say, Smitty, I've followed you since the beginning when you did this site back in the day. But Silver is the most active, longest running follower we have. It's hunting season, baby. Smitty on the rise. Thank you, Silver. And yeah, Hunter, imagine if Hunter ends up getting the wide receiver room to himself. He's going to go to the moon. Who do you trust? Devontae Smith, someone, Debo, D-Boss, Cousins. I don't know what you're typing, Tyler. You got to do some sort of like spell check thing where it reads it back to you or something, because I don't know what in the hell you're typing here. Someone dropped him, maybe, is what you're trying to say. Who do you trust? Devontae Smith, someone Dobbs. Is that Debo? Can someone help me here? My brain is mush sometimes because I read so many messages. I can decipher anything sometimes, and then sometimes it's right in front of my face, and I'm thinking about it too much. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to actually dissect it too much. It seems like someone dropped a deuce is what he's trying to write. Devontae Smith, someone dropped a double-decker deuce. Cousins, Mariota, choose one off those four. Does anybody know? Romeo Dobbs? Romeo Dobbs? Is that what it is? Is it Romeo? Let's see. I think it might be Romeo. If it's Romeo Dobbs, we're going to go Devontae Smith. And Cousins, Mariota, if I'm choosing one of those, it would be Cousins over Mariota. If I'm choosing some super flex, I would probably say Cousins over Romeo. I'm sorry, Devontae. Did I say Devontae Smith? Devontae Smith's the answer. Romeo Dobbs is second. If it's a super flex question and it's not a separate quarterback question. So Cousins and Devontae Smith. If it's a super flex, you got to consider Cousins if he's outscoring Devontae Smith on the regular. Now, last week's a bad game to judge with Devontae Smith, but like, is Cousins going to outscore in your super flex league the average, 70 and a touch on 4 receptions? Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate you dropping that. Should I trade BTJ for Henry and a first rounder? No. No, bro. Henry's got this year left, and that's probably it. Like, this is a redraft player. This is a rent a player for a year dynasty player move. You give up bro, I wouldn't give up a first rounder for Henry. I wouldn't give up BTJ for Henry in a dynasty. I certainly wouldn't give up both. If you like winning, that would be a grave mistake. Got an offer, Rico for my Ramondre. Take it. I'd rather have Rico by a country mile, bro. What's in the water tonight? What are these questions? Did I hit my head? Sometimes I wonder. Can you imagine if I went crazy and I didn't know it? Leading all the lamb to the slaughter. Sometimes I wonder, am I in a box somewhere, like in a padded room, and I think I got a show, and I'm just going, Silver Rapture. Silver Rapture's my longest running fan. And Silver's my. Do you ever wonder, like, are we in a simulation? Am I insane in an insane asylum, just bumping my head up against a padded room? And Silver Rapture's my longest fan. I love Silver. Hey, I have long fans. Everybody, long fans. I mean, what is this? This makes me question. Are we in a simulation? Rico for Ramondre? I don't understand. All right, Rico, my boy. Appreciate you. At work watching the GOAT, Smitty, Debo, or Wandell. Probably Debo right now, but it certainly could go either way without JD5, so trust your gut on that. Would you start Fannin over Debo if Njoku is ruled out? I probably would say Debo still, but Joe, you're not crazy to do that unless you're in the padded room next to me, but I certainly am fine making either call, but Debo, I feel like I'd play Debo. Trade Nico and Genty for JT. Man, I think we take JT here. Look, Genty's great. Nico's hasn't been really playing up to speed. Stroud's played like trash, and JT's just on fire. So that could go a couple different ways, though. Got offered Gibbs in London for Buka and Kyron. I'd rather have Gibbs in London, and it's not even close. Tyler with another super chat. I mean, do we trust Devontae Smith, Romeo Dobbies, Cousins, or Mariota? Pick one. It didn't really clarify. You clarified Romeo Dobbs, but you didn't clarify if it's super flex. I assume it is. So this is a super flex question. Pick one instead of like pick one of each. Cousins. If Cousins is going to likely outscore a very good playing Devontae Smith, I think I probably would just lean Devontae Smith. Honestly, without even knowing some of this information, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Devontae Smith for me. Chat, do you like, if it is super flex, Cousins or Devontae Smith or Cousins, or this Dubes character that we think might be Dobbs? We're not sure. Cast your vote. Full PPR. Thank you, Tyler. Flex 1. Terry, Fannin, Manungai. I'm going to go Scary Terry. But is it a safe move? Not really. None of these guys are, though. They're all kind of risky. You're risking the biscuit somewhere with some of these calls. 12-man PPR start. Bears defense with Lamar out or Eagles defense versus the Giants. I would probably rather start, I believe, man, this is tough. I'm going to go Bears defense. I don't even want to say that, but it's the truth. It's just start Pittman or Pickens. I probably go Pickens. I'm not sitting Pickens. No, I don't probably go. I go Pickens. What are we doing? Pickens is the man. He's the myth, the legend, bro. What are you going to sit Pickens? What kind of idea is that? Am I in a padded room again? What are we doing here? You can put a QB in the flex. So it's a super flex, Tyler. That's what we're trying to get at. And the only reason I wanted you to clarify that, because I didn't want you to say, like, pick one of each category, because that would make sense too. I guess I'd go Devontae Smith, unless mediocre quarterback play outscores pretty damn good wide receiver play. So you got to know your own scoring. Smitty, I'm starting Pat's defense, so does it make sense to still roll with Fannin or go with Schultz? I don't worry about those things, bro, because two things can happen at the same time that conflict. So don't make decisions like this. Start the best guy. I go Fannin. I go Pat's D. Also, should I start Chuba or Rico? I go Rico. Rico's a monster. Already have White in the other running back slot and Rome in the flex. Nice work, Finest. You're gonna do it live, but never make decisions based on your opponent or I've got a defense. Like, things can happen at the same time that conflict. I'll need a QB. Should I drop Stafford or Pearsall to pick up Flacco? Don't drop Stafford. He's playing ball, bro. Pearsall, he's coming back. Ayuk's coming back. Jennings is there. They're not even, Purdy might come back. He's not. Kittle's back. Like, look, there's so many mouths to feed. Like, I'd drop Pearsall pretty easily. I'm not dropping Stafford, honestly, especially with Flacco. Stafford, you can't risk losing a good quarterback like that if you're starting a Flacco. Who I'm starting in a league too, but I'm also in the same boat. I'm not going to drop like Jackson Dart or somebody that I could pick up, or more so a bye week guy. So a player on a bye, whatever. Waiver wire period. Who's potentially a bigger loss? So I covered that. Thank you for the super chat, young man. Pacheco or Woody. You know what? I go back and forth on this. I'll be honest. I've answered this two different ways all week, but I'm admitting it. I'm not like trying to hide that. I guess I'd probably say give me Pacheco for safety, Woody Marks for high risk, high reward is the best way to describe that. In general, Pacheco. Like 17 carries or something last week, 14, I think the week before, something like that, or about that same divide. So it increased. 1 and 6, traded Nico for Olave and Worthy. I wouldn't have done that. I think Nico's been struggling, but I'd rather have Nico over Olave and Worthy personally. But it's not a bad move, especially if you needed the depth. I don't think you got blasted on it. It's just a preference thing. Start Harvey versus Dallas or Stevenson versus Cleveland. I'd probably go, I suppose I would go Stevenson for right now, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope we regret that decision. I hope Harvey goes crazy. I think we need to make this, take it for the team, bro. I think we need to make these decisions. Everyone put Harvey on the bench for the sacrifice of Harvey exploding and then turning the tide. Trade Dak for Lamar. I would probably take Lamar if I could afford to lose, this week. But yes, I think I would. I like that. I think Lamar is a win a league player to go get right now. I would definitely advise you doing that. I think it's a smart move. Flex Brees or Jennings Brees Hall, and he's playing, so there's no concern there. Half PPR Lamb, Jalen Warren for Jonathan Taylor. I would take probably. It's a pretty close one. I'd probably say Chat, Lamb or Taylor? I mean, it really does depend on your team, which is Bijan, JJ, Rice. You got such good wide receivers. Let's go ahead and go get JT. Because you love Rice, part of me wants you to do something different for him. Bro, I don't think you can. This is such a good team with JT, though. It's such a good team with Lamb. I think I probably take the balance that JT gives you. So go ahead and take JT, I think. But it's very, very close. Very dead even. Chief, appreciate you with the super chat. Need one wide receiver, one flex. Rome, Adunze, Debo, Waddle, Judkins, Worthy, Chase Brown. So easy question. Rome and Judkins are your one wide receiver and one flex. It's not even hesitation in my mind. I mean, anybody can outscore anybody, right? But those are the players I'm playing on the consistent. Also, if London doesn't play, do I plug in one of those guys above the flex? No. Those are non-negotiable starters for me. And Pitts or Kraft, I will probably say if, let's say, as a tight end play, if this is a tight end question, if it's a flex question, then you're not using Kraft or Pitts, no. But I think that I would, if I had to pick between these two tight ends, I'd say I'd probably still go Kraft no matter what. But it is tight end day. Someone's gonna ball, and we should have a couple balling out tight ends. No pun intended. No pause needed. All right, H13, appreciate you. 12-team PPR tight end premium league with Rashee Rice, BTJ, MHJ, Debo. Running backs are Jacobs, Henry, Kamara, Aaron Jones, Rashad. Tight ends are Kelsey, Mark Andrews, Cade Otton, BTJ. Trade BTJ. I would trade BTJ if the price is right, but bro, it's hard to trade BTJ injured, and all this negative talk now. If I could trade BTJ and MHJ for one injured Nico, I would take the injury there this 1 week and then get him. Or maybe you're trading MHJ and BTJ for Adams and something small, or for both for Ibuka straight up, or something like that. Would I trade BTJ for Henry? You already got Henry. For BTJ and MHJ for James Cook coming off a bye. Something along those lines for Lamar Jackson. Something around that would be pretty awesome. Who's your quarterback though? You got I don't think you said. So, but I definitely would trade BTJ, but you're not going to be able to trade him 1-for-1 very easy. BTJ and Kamara for Kyron, or JJ's probably my favorite go-get player, period, at that level of cost of entry. T-Mac, Diggs, Kamara, or Wandell. Probably going to roll with Kamara. T-Mac's not bad, but without his QB, who knows how he'll play. So I think I lean toward Kamara. Not that any of those are a lock, though. Cooked in a different 10-man PPR league, one flex, 1-6 is H13. JD5, Henry, Dowdle, Chase Brown, good running back. So Chase Brown or Monty trade away with Worthy or QJ, good luck. You should have traded him last week or all season long, like I said, my boy H13. But Worthy and Chase Brown, or Worthy and Monty, or all three for just one player. Like JJ's attainable right now. He's playing like trash. He's got a QB confusion situation going on, and you've got Worthy, Chase Brown, and Monty. You could trade Dowdle and start Chase Brown. I'm fine with that too. Dowdle and Worthy. I'd try and keep Dowdle though. But Dowdle and Worthy, and QJ, all three of them for one JJ, for one injured, Nico, for some sort of Monty and Worthy for Adams. Like anything along those lines. Can't afford the bye weeks. Well, then go after Rome Odunze, go after Lamar Jackson, go after Josh Allen, JD5 and Worthy, JD5, Worthy, and QJ for Josh Allen, JD5, Dowdle, and Worthy for Josh Allen. Josh Allen has the bye week out of the way. Rome Odunze, all those guys are fun to go trade for, those bye week free players. Allen, Herbert, Genty, Hampton, Woody, Harvey, Blue, James Cook also bye week free. Go after him. 3 and 4. Allen, Herbert, Genty, Hampton. I don't know what you could do with this team, bro. How are you going to divide and conquer this thing? I don't know. I don't think you can't trade it. You're going to have to wait a week. Hitman, I wish I could tell you. I wish I could tell you that you could do something here, but you can't even sell Josh Allen high enough because he hasn't played. He's number QB 7, 8, 9, 10, depending on your scoring format. None of these guys. Maybe Olave and Olave and Hampton for like just one slightly safer player. Try Olave and Hampton for Barkley. Try Olave and Hampton for mother freaking Adams. Probably Olave and Hampton. Olave could be sold pretty high, I guess. Olave and Hampton for try James Cook, try Kyron, try above Adams if you can. Try injured Nico Collins. Try Barkley. I think those are moves that you need to make one baby step at a time, bro, because that's just, I'm sorry, but that team's going to need to wait. It doesn't have a lot of depth at all. There's nothing there. Motivated me to send a trade in my 16-man league and got Lamar Jackson for Debo Samuel and Caleb. I love that, bro. This is what I'm talking about, because people will come in here and say, oh, you can't make these trades in real leagues. This guy goes out, they talk to me like I'm an imbecile. some of these haters in the chat, which I don't care. The haters don't bother me. I don't think it bothers me. I'm just laughing because it's like, this guy thinks you acts like you can go make these trades. Do you think after doing this all week long, week in and week out, I don't have a sense of what's getting pulled off? Do you think me getting, what do we calculate? It was about 400,000 super chat or answered written questions and phone calls, everything. Not talking about outside of the channel. I'm talking about on this channel, not in the comments of a video later posted. In the live stream, while we're live, I answer over 400,000 questions a year. It's a very low ball estimate we did quick math on. You don't think I get a sense of what people are getting ripped off on? Do you think I come out here and say, trade, go get Bijan using your BTJ right now? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying stupid stuff like that can't happen. I'm telling you, go rip someone off for Barkley. Go rip someone off for Henry. Go rip someone off for James Cook coming off a bye. It hasn't happened in my league. Well, good for you. You play with peasants and peons, and how dare us ever assume you played in a league soft enough to have a bad trade go down? I mean, can anybody really raise their hand and say, unless you're in a league that just doesn't trade, you're excluded from voting because those leagues, no one trades. But if you're in a league that trades a lot, can someone raise their hand if they're in a league that trades a lot that never has bad trades go through? I don't think we'll see a single hand. And if you raise your hand, I call cap so loud because there's at least once a year everybody puts the eyeball emojis. How many times have we done that in our community leagues, in the Marsmen League, and the Moonmen League, and the Wild Wild West League? Throw up the eyeball emojis when a trade goes through, or some sort of weird look. I mean, how many times do we do that? We're always doing that in every league. So when someone says, you can't make a trade like that, look at this guy just did. He says that I motivated him. Where's this super chat here? Where'd it go? Damn it. I think it was over here. Smitty, you motivated me. I think this was it. Motivated me to send out a trade in my 16-man league where you got Lamar Jackson for Debo and Caleb. I mean, the other guy probably needed both players greatly, so I'm sure that he had a nice little advantage there. But buy these guys before week number 4 kicks off. That includes Lamar because being out gives you a little bit of a discount, especially if you make the trade before kickoff. Don't forget that some of my favorite hires on Underdog promo code Smitty. Underdog promo code Smitty. Play 5, get 100. Smash this link right here. Play 5, get 100 on Underdog. That link I'm going to pin in the live chat right now. Play these right here. Let me drop a few of them on here that we like very much on this channel. Very much. What is this one? Ibuka, 76.5 yards. Come on. Come on. That's light work. That's light work for Book. We've got this little beauty right here. Where's this one? If he plays, I think we'll take this one off in case, there's some sort of, let's see, it was a nice one though. This one here, Dunze, 59.5 yards, light work. Light day at the office. That's a light day at the office, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that higher on Underdog. Tail these if you can. Tail a few of them. What's this one? Dowdle, 48.5 yards. Light day at said office for Rico. Uncle Rico's going to cook that higher.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
We'll take a few phone calls here. No full team breakdowns, por favor. Your boy Smitty. No tengo tiempo para grande cuestiones. Yo quiero rápido conversación en mi casa. Ahora. All right, dial in. We got a super chat here. Dice Boy says, Smitty, I need help. Need wide receivers bad. Wide receivers we got Patty, Dowdle, Algier, Genty, Bucky, Hendy, Harvey, Scary, Terry, Dobbs, Warren, Otten. Need a running back too while Genty's on a bye. I guess I don't know what you're going to do here. Bucky, Hendy, Harvey. So from your lineup, I'm probably starting Hendy and just hoping for the best. I mean, Dowdle, obviously. As far as the trade goes, I don't think unless I'm sending Waddle and Bucky for Henry is my favorite move right now. I don't love doing it, but I also enjoy doing it when I know I've got other Bucky shares spread around. You know what I mean? So that would be my advice to you. I would say start Hendy, but try and trade for Barkley or Henry with that situation. With Bucky, unfortunately, I hate trading him, but if you got Bucky in other leagues, bro, you got Bucky in other leagues. Hey, bro, Flex, Golden, JCM, Harvey, Marks, Hendy, Fannin. I'd probably go Woody Marks if this was me. Coming off a touchdown, they want to use him. They've been using him. They threw to him. They trust him at the end of the game. Flippin', appreciate you. Traded Baker and Sharps for Josh Allen. Love that trade. 12-team C. I now have Allen, Bijan, bye-week free. Jacobs, bye-week free. Rice, Puka, Egbuka, Goddard. I can trade Allen for Lamar and Kittle. Nope, stand down. Don't do that. Don't do that. Keep Josh Allen, bye-week free, about to take the world by storm. Maybe my QB 1 or 2. Josh Allen, do not make that. You stand down, son. Log out of your app. Log out of your app right now. Raul, drop Mixon for Benson. Yeah. But, like, if Tootin's out there, or Hendy or Harvey, you take those guys over Benson. Especially Tootin right now. Tootin's, We're going to trade T-Mac for BTJ. If I need the wins now, no. But it's still a decent gamble, but not necessarily the safest move at the same time. Yeah.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial into the bentonprint.com phone line. Do it live. Esteban, appreciate you. To add on to my current trade review, did you catch that? He was also going to give me Jaylen Warren with Lamb for JT. Jaylen Warren with Lamb for JT. Does that sway you in the favor of Lamb? Chat, would you rather have going back to that balanced team that JT would have balanced it out? He had Rice, and I think it was JJ or whatever, and Bijan, I think, and then he'd have JT. That nice balance that he have, or does he go after Lamb and get Jaylen Warren for the running back spot? So Jaylen Warren and Lamb for JT when JT. Turn down the background noise and mute yourself real quickly, pal. You got a lot of screaming going on. I hear myself. I will probably still say JT Esteban. I mean, I like Jaylen Warren a little bit, but I don't think he's moving the needle much. Start Fannin or Colston Loveland or Fant. I'm going to go Fannin, my boy. He had weather. He had a lot of reasons why, things didn't go the way they should have went. Paul, appreciate you. Let's see here. Mute yourself. Caller 469. Make sure you mute yourself or I'll hang up on you. Just if I hear noises, please mute yourself and turn down any background noise. Got offered JSN for my CMC. I'd rather have JSN over CMC at this point. You get all the Christian McCaffrey points he's accumulated. So nothing changes. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people look at this thing from a retro perspective, like a retrospective type of look. Like, oh, but CMC's doing great. Great. You got all that. But he's also very high risk every single game he adds on to his plate. I'd probably take JC. Now, I'd probably take JSN and get a little more, get something else, because I think you can get it added. I would need another piece with JSN in order to get CMC, right? Oh, you're trying to got offered. See, I feel like you're wording this two ways. I'd rather have JSN, and I want a little more. I offered H-Hand for JSN, and it was ejected. Okay, I don't blame him for ejecting that one. But I would say you want to get a little more with JSN, bro. Just a little bit more. And then love the show, JJ or Sutton, rest of season. JJ, not close. And Genty or Kyron, I'd probably go Kyron. Probably also not close given the states of the offenses. And I know I spelled Gunners wrong, typo, but in the league that wants trash for treasure, 2 trade offers, Wandell for CD, and another was Barkley for CMC. Wandell for CD, I told them they needed to learn ball and watch your show. Thank you, appreciate you. And he's wearing those Gunners right there. Look at him. Anybody else wants a pair of Gunners, the link is in the description of the video. Gunners are fantastic.
The Gunner Player of the Week.
Brought to you by Gunner.com.
Your Gunner glasses, your blue light blockers, and do it live. Appreciate you, my boy, for dropping the super chat. I think I'm caught up on the supers. Let me just make sure. Esteban, thank you for this one. And Paul says got offered JSN for my CMC. So I feel like you've worded this twice now. You said I offered H-Hand for JSN. And you said got offered JSN for my CMC. You're confusing the hell out of me, Paul. I know I'm not reading that wrong. I'm pretty sure you're wording that like, or this might be a different league. I'm not sure. All right, but anyway, you know where I stand. I want JSN, but you got to get more. Travis, you're live. Go ahead.
Did you get the correction on the super chat from earlier? Not Slim Shady, I think it was. He asked about should I trade BTJ for? You thought it was Henry in the first, but I guess it was Hendy.
Hendy in the, oh my bad. Henry.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, good clarification. So BTJ for Hendy in the first. I'd rather have, man. I mean, look, BTJ's in no better shape than Hendy right now. Like everybody acting like he's got the shoulder injury. He's a diva. He hasn't been playing well. Talking about trading him. He's taken on and off or on and off. I don't know if they're off again or on again with the social media, taking off the Jaguars off the social media. Some say added it back on in some places, but it doesn't matter. Like it's turmoil. It's turmoil. I don't know. I'd probably say it depends on where the first rounder is. If it's an early, like shot at a 1 overall, give me Hendy in the 1 overall potential. If it's a late first rounder, I don't know.
What about if it's a dynasty?
Well, it'd have to be because of the first rounder. But yeah.
Some keeper leagues that weird.
Yeah, true. It could be like a redraft inaugural veteran pick, but I'm definitely taking if it's an early first. If it's a late first, I think it's just kind of a toss-up. You know, who do you believe in more, Hendy or BTJ? I'd probably say I still believe in Hendy. I still truly believe that Hendy is a monster. I just, we can't sit here and say he's ever going to be used properly, and we can't sit here at the same time and try and draw lines and say, oh, he's never going to get, he was drafted really high. I know it seems like they'll never use him. I know that's the way it feels right now. Like they'll never use him. They've already decided they decided it was a mistake. It's not that simple with draft capital involved. I can almost guarantee you Hendy will get his shot unless he tears his ACL and then he starts getting like buried and he never gets healthy enough to get a shot again. Like kind of like Jonathan Brooks. Wait, Jonathan Brooks? I almost forget his name. Jonathan Brooks. Yeah, Jonathan Brooks. That could happen, but he's not injured, so it's not even close. Nico and Spears for Ibuka. If you like winning, go get Ibuka. Do it live. And this one here, 5-2. Any trade ideas? Dak, Bo, Genty, Kyron, JSM, Buka. Like the team a lot. I would say Buka and Dak. If it's one QB, I'm probably trading Bo or Dak, whichever one gets me the most. I'm keeping JSN, keeping Buka, keeping Kyron. I'm just trying to move Debo and the extra QB, BTJ, and the extra QB, Kraft maybe even, or Gadsden and the extra QB, or BTJ and Gadsden, BTJ and Kraft. You're just trying to go get an extra Henry, Barkley, James Cook, wide receiver like Adams or above. You really want an Adams or above though if you're going to be making a move like that. And then you'd rather have Gadsden, Jordan Mason, or BTJ. I'd rather have Gadsden over all of them right now. All right, Travis, hang tight real quickly, and I'll come right back to you. Let me go to the 469 caller. 469, you're live.
What's going on, Smitty?
What's up? Who's this?
This is Derek, man. I watch you.
What's up, Derek?
Currently in Texas right now.
Attaboy. What can I do for
you? So my league mate offered me. He offered me CeeDee Lamb and Bowers for my Gibbs.
CeeDee,
my team.
CeeDee Lamb and Bowers for Gibbs. Jeez. CeeDee Lamb.
My running backs are Rashad White, RJ Harvey, and Henderson, Kenneth Walker, and Charbonnet.
So you don't have very many. You don't get right. Okay, so you have Bucky coming back. Okay, you got Rashad White in the meantime. I don't know, man. Who's your tight end if you didn't have Bowers?
I have Ferguson and Evan Ingram.
Ferguson and Ingram. I mean, Ferguson's playing great. Part of me wonders if you could trade like Ferguson for. Did you say you have Dowdle?
Nah, not Dowdle. Sharp. I have the Seahawks backfield.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you got Bucky and the Seahawks backfield. I don't know. I mean, I'd probably take Lamb and Bowers. You said Lamb, right? Lamb and Bowers. Because Lamb and Gibbs are close. They're close. They really are. I mean, I'd rather have Gibbs, but you're giving me Bowers, and I do think Bowers. So then the problem is you got to trade Ferguson, but guess what? Probably pretty easy to trade him. I think you could maybe even trade away the Seahawk backs with Ferguson to go get Kyron or higher. You know, you could trade both Seahawks backs for Henry. You could trade Seahawks backs and Ferguson for Henry and something, for James Cook and something. Both have had their bye weeks, both running backs. For Barkley and something, for Kyron and something, Achane and something. I mean, literally, you have a lot of firepower. You're also changing the hand that you have to deal with. You know what I mean? So sometimes just mixing that up a little bit gives you a little more freedom. But I definitely would take Bowers. I think Bowers is going to come back on a tear, and he plays for such a bad football team. I know the initial instinct is to say they can't do anything, but they're going to be throwing from behind. They're going to be just throwing from behind. Brock Bowers, he just hasn't been healthy. Now, is there a chance he's not healthy and he doesn't play again after this bye week that he's on right now? Sure. I mean, anything's possible, but I think Lamb is so close to Gibbs. Chat, vote on that one. I mean, you'd have Bucky, you have White. Who's your quarterback?
Quarterback, 1 second.
You don't know. You got that many leagues, huh? Sharbs.
Yeah, I do. I got like 4 leagues. Quarterback is Dak.
Dak?
Yeah.
Okay. Who your wide receivers? You'd have Lamb.
I got wide receivers I have right now: Devontae Smith, Ibuka, Terry McLaurin. I just picked up off waivers.
Okay.
That's it.
So you'd have Lamb, Buka, Terry. You'd have Walker, Sharps, Bucky, White, and then Bowers. And then if you didn't do that, you'd obviously have no Lamb. Let me see.
Wait a minute.
You don't know. You're mixing up your teams, aren't you, bro? I can tell.
Yeah, I just mixed up my. Give me. Look, all right. Look.
Do it.
My bad.
Just press the button. Let's surprise yourself.
All right, my bad. He wants Gibbs. For CeeDee Lamb and Bowers, but my team is Pat Mahomes, Chase Brown, Jalen Warren, Michael Pittman.
I don't know.
Smitty, Berg, Rice.
I don't know.
Junkins.
I'm confused at this point.
Look,
can I just answer it in a vacuum because I can't go through it again. You wasted your shot to write it all out. I would say in a vacuum, Lamb is below Gibbs for me, but so close that you throw in Brock Bowers, who the rest of the world's impatient enough to give up on. I'm not. I want that. I think it's a good potential move for you. Assuming that this fits into your new lineup that I couldn't retain. So make sure you're not doubling down and beefing up too much at a position except for the Ferguson thing. Trade Fergie away. Or whoever, if you didn't have Ferguson. Who's your... What?
I got Ferg and McBride. And he doesn't want a tight end back.
I don't know, man. You got McBride now. It's a totally different question. I don't know. Let me sleep on it. Come on.
And then put it in the chat tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know. Chat, you probably just keep Gibbs at this point. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're forcing. Now, if you could set up a McBride trade right now, this is the last thing I'm going to say. You could set up a McBride trade right now. Maybe you do it. If you can't do that, don't do the trade. Because the last thing we want you to do is have Bowers and McBride. This is a totally different question with a totally different context now. So the answer is no. All right, I got to roll, bro. Appreciate you. Set up a McBride trade, then call me back. Jeez, man. Talk about wasting time. Jeez. What are we doing? 925. Come prepared. You're live.
Yo, Smitty's Boosh.
Who? Who?
So it seems in the big Boosh.
Who's that? Am I supposed to know that? Am I supposed to know you? Boosh?
I'm in the Patreon, brother.
Oh, how do you spell that?
B-O-O-S-H.
Okay, Boosh. I'm sorry, bro. Is your full name? Is that all you have? Your name is Boosh, or is it like a number, or is it like the Boosh?
I'm pretty sure it's just Boosh.
It's just Boosh. Okay. Just want to make sure if it was like Boosh 6'4".
Boosh
6'4". What? All right, go ahead.
I'm just calling because my team's in the panic chamber.
Oh no! All right, Boosh, hit me with it. And I appreciate you being on the page. I appreciate you being on the Patreon. I'm sorry I didn't recognize you.
It's all good though. No worries.
I'll look for you now though. Hold on, let me merge Ron Navy and Ron. Just mute yourself real quickly. We'll be right with you, pal. All right, Boosh, hit me with your panic team.
Okay, here we go. So we got Nico, JD, Harvey, JCM.
Hold on, can we go in order here? You're confusing the hell out. Okay, who's your quarterback? Come on, Boosh.
Quarterback JD.
All right, JD 5. Top running backs
Then we
in
got
order.
receivers. Running back. Josh Jacobs, JCM, Hendy, Harvey.
JCM, Hendy, Harvey. You play on Yahoo, I know you do. Hendy and Harvey.
No, it's Sleeper.
Yeah, how you don't lie to me. You're listing your wide receivers after your quarterback. That's such a Yahoo move, bro. Such a Yahoo move. All right, go ahead. Hit me with your wide.
One Yahoo league.
Yeah, hit me with your wide receivers.
Nico, Marv, Debo.
Nico, Marv, and Nico. Nico, Marv, and who? Debo. Okay, and then your tight end.
Shannon.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Yeah, it's rough.
You ever heard of Underdog? Play 5, get 100. It's where you can hopes and dreams can be started over. It's like Total Recall in a way. They strap you to a chair, make you draft on Mars. Here's the link. Make sure you
sound too bad.
Yeah, start over if you need to. But I don't know, man. I mean, this is a tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is like you can't trade Nico.
My initial thought was try to go for the Henry owner, sell high maybe on Jacobs and try to get, because he has Rome as well. So I was trying to get a
that'd be good.
Package for Jacobs.
You read my mind. I'm surprised that he had both those guys. I was gonna say bye-week free players, Henry, James Cook, but Henry's a lot cheaper than James Cook probably. But James Cook struggled going bye week. But James Cook or Jacobs for James Cook or for Henry to get another wide receiver piece, sure. And then maybe you can, after you do that,
Cook's owner's low-key Jewish, so that's probably no-go.
so Marv and Debo Samuel for one player would work. And that,
Okay.
not,
All right.
not a very nice comment there, Bush. All right, later. We'll see.
Oh,
We'll see you on the
sorry.
Patreon. We'll see you on the Patreon. We're gonna have to send him on that.
Finish him.
Sorry, Bush. All right, see you on the Patreon, Bush. All right, let me go over to the 781 caller. 781, you're live.
Hey, what's going on, Smitty? So I got two kind of stupid questions, but with Dart playing really well and no AJB, I'm still playing Hurts over Dart tomorrow, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
anything can happen, but sure.
Okay. And then my other stupid question was, Kittle obviously didn't do anything this first game back, and Otten's kind of been looking pretty good, but do I still get to play Kittle tomorrow over Otten?
You know what's weird is I do think Otten's gonna have a day, but it is kind of hard to judge Kittle yet. It's tight end day. You know, it's National Tight End Day.
Right.
Yeah, so
It
Kittle
is National Tight End Day.
Kittle usually does well on that day, said day.
Oh, that's a good call, Smitty.
I would
think
probably
you're right
say
about that.
I would probably say Kittle, but what I'm going to watch for in this game is if they're using him to block because their line's beat up, and that's why McCaffrey had like over 3 yards per carry because McCaffrey is playing awful between the tackles all year long. He's only doing it through the air. Kittle is a big difference maker. So you'll probably see him.
Yeah,
We've seen Kittle vanish and just completely be used as a blocker for a whole season before. It's not the first time it's happened. So for him to come back and then just be like shelved in that way is totally possible. But I think, tight end day, let's go and roll him out.
Okay. And you were kind of earlier talking about don't play this, not play this guy because you're facing a D and whatnot. So I am McCaffrey too. I mean, that wouldn't have any bearing on me deciding to play Kittle, right?
Play your best guys, bro. Always play your best guys.
Okay.
All right, man.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
And have a good night. Take care.
All right, see you later. Someone said turn the volume up. I don't think the volume is having an issue. I don't think so. Is anybody feel like the volume's down? I don't think it is.
No, they said the callers' voices are low. I don't know.
Yeah, the caller voices were low. When I was listening, the voices were low.
All right, I turned it up a little bit. Ron's always magnified times 10 though. So Ron maybe just back up an inch. Ron's always like, Ron, what's up? You're live, Ron.
Hey.
Ron.
Oh, man. What's up, Travis? I tell you, I almost called in with a stupid, dumbass question, and then I caught myself. Because you were talking about Fields starting this week for the Jets, and I'm sitting here thinking, why don't they just start Jameson Winston? They got Jameson. Well, no, that's the Giants.
That will be true, Ron. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Although
Yeah,
if you ever play against Jameson Winston, he throws touchdowns to your team though. So he kind of does play for you whenever.
Right.
But
All right. But I do got a question here.
All right.
Okay, I think Tampa's got a good matchup against New Orleans tomorrow. And, I'm not completely sold that Philadelphia is going to beat the Giants tomorrow or do anything really good with them. So, would you take a chance? I know one's better than me, and I know this player had a fantastic game last week, but would you maybe start the combination of Mbuka and Tez Johnson over Mbuka and D. Smith?
So basically the question, don't worry about Ibuka, although Tez is involved, so you want that known, I guess, right? Okay, so Tez or D. Smith. I mean, I probably would.
I already had Addison. Addison's already played.
With
so.
AJB out, it doesn't make any sense to doubt what Devontae Smith did last week. You know?
Yeah.
You just can't. You can't.
The only reason I ask that is you look at his game stats. He goes like, good game, medium game, good game, medium game. You know.
Yeah, but
like
with AJ Brown out though, you almost got to roll with him. I mean, trust your gut because Tez is pretty good, but you have no AJ Brown. That's a big difference from anything we're trying to find. We're trying to compare.
Yeah. No, I guess I was trying to talk myself into Tez, and I kind of need you to talk me out of doing that. So it makes sense.
Yeah, if it was maybe Hurts was struggling in not getting that 100, he was not getting to 100 yards, which is also always a possibility that Hurts reverts back. Without A.J. Brown, maybe Devontae Smith gets double teamed. Hurts throws for 99 yards in the game. A couple underhand granny passes to Goddard. And then who knows? But I just think coming off of such a big game for Devontae Smith with no A.J. Brown, it'd be crazy to put Tez in. But crazier things have happened. But I'm not even contemplating that. You probably got Tez somewhere else. Throw him in a flex somewhere and enjoy the show. I don't know.
I missed him. I actually, I kind of screwed up that play too because I had Tez also in the Moon Man League, and I didn't put him in there. Instead, I left the big goose egg Johnston in there for San Diego. He got me 0 points. So I missed my opportunity in the Moon Man League to play him.
Guys, is the volume better on the callers? I upped the volume. Travis, talk real quick if you could. Say something great about
I don't know. Tell me if my voice is okay. I definitely am quieter than Ron.
Okay, so I think that maybe the volume, I just fixed it a little bit more. Hopefully it's better. Racing Boy, thank you for the super chat. All right, hold on, boys. Let me answer some of these super chats real quickly.
Hey, I'm gonna get going, Smitty.
All right.
I mean, I'll talk to you guys later. I gotta call my fiance. It's her mom's birthday, so.
All right, later.
Anyways, great talking to you. Later
on. Happy birthday, fiance mom.
Yeah, fiance mom's birthday. Do it live. Okay, thank you, H13, for the super. H13 says, following up, thank you for the $20 hauler, my boy. $20 hauler from H13, doing it live.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Okay, so everyone's a little loud now. Everyone's complaining. Everyone's got a complaint. You guys are like A.J. Brown in the chat. You guys are acting like A.J. Brown in the chat right now. Little tiny volume police. Just, hey, Smitty, your volume's not perfect. I deserve these are hospital volumes. Smitty, you're tossing out hospital volumes. Following up on my team PPR one flex question, I've sent out offers with Monty or Dowdle and QJ. Some guys want Chase Brown, but assume I'm desperate. Never that. My only idea is trading Ibuka plus Monty for Adunze and Pittman. I think that's the worst idea you've ever come up with. It sounds desperate. H13, what are you doing? Ibuka and Monty for Adunze and Pittman? What in the hell are we doing, bro? Absolutely not. It's one of the worst ideas I've ever seen. That looks desperate. You're here making fun of at H13. You're my boy. Making fun of people for making it seem like that's a horrible idea. I'm just trying to save your life. Mask Boy says you suck. Is that to me, Mask Boy? is that to me? Let's see here. You suck. He says you suck. And Travis, is he talking to me? I can't tell. Matt,
no,
speak up.
He's a habitual caps lock user too.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you write you suck in the middle of the chat, and that kind of feels like you're talking to me. He's saying
watch the line.
Now he's backtracking. He's backtracking. He says, I'm talking about myself. We'll let it slide, boy. My boy will let it slide. Anyway, H13, you still there? Let's get back to H13's question. Let's following up on this. Yeah. So if I'm sending Ibuka out, I'm going and getting. I mean, I'm trying to think like the player I want. Like, let's go anchor onto somebody, right? Let's say Henry or James Cook, right, or Dunze. Either one of those anchors for a trade. James Cook's gonna get you Adams. Henry's gonna get you Adams. You're gonna get Adams and Henry. You're going to get Barkley and Adams for Ibuka. That's what you're getting. You're not getting Pittman. Pittman doesn't hold a candle to a potential top 10 running back. Now, probably wouldn't even throw Monty in if I was doing that, by the way. I'd do a 1-4-2. I get 2 players for my Ibuka. And if you go at Dunze, guess what? That running back needs to be upgraded in mighty fashion, at least a James Cook, maybe a Kyron, but maybe you don't get a Judkins, but you could get a Judkins and an Adams probably for Ibuka. I'm telling you, like Ibuka is a superstar, bro. Do not trade him away. H13, if you got a follow up, let me know. And I wasn't trying to be hard on you; it was just hard on the topic, just so you didn't make the trade. Jacobs, Bo, Bowers, My Lamb, Bucky, Golden. I got Ibuka, London, Franklin, Bijan, Dowdle, Hendy. So I kind of need a running back. Did I already do this one? Lamb for my. Okay, so Jacobs, Bo, and Bowers for My Lamb, Bucky, Golden. No, I don't think I do this. I mean, anything's possible with Bowers and Jacobs, you know, but right now, Bowers isn't back, so you need to trade for him like that. This feels like you're trading Bowers as if he's still a top 15 overall pick. This is how people trick people into making bad trades, is they make them pay the draft day value, and the draft day values clearly change. So I think you're making a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'd make a different trade. If I was trading away, let's go back there real quick. If I was trading away Jacobs, I would try to do what we were talking about earlier when Travis and I were trying to help that other question. Jacobs for Henry and a Dunze. Jacobs for James Cook and a Dunze. Jacobs for Kyron and a Dunze. Like that kind of move. And trade it 1 for 2, bro. That's the problem, is you start doing these 2 for 2s and 3 for 3s, and you lose sight of what you're trying to accomplish, which is get rid of Jacobs for 2 players. You know, Mask, I've had enough of you, pal. You seem to keep messing up, and I don't think you're doing it on accident. You know, you're sitting here saying, I want you guys to win. I'm a winner. Like, you want, do you want people to come follow you or something? And then he says, so is Shitty. Instead of Smitty. You just keep doing it, Mask Boy. You don't want no one to win nothing, apparently. So we'll put you in timeout for a long time, I think. I just don't think you've earned the right to be back here for a while. Because you keep doing it. You keep doing it.
Go take a typing class. It doesn't make those mistakes.
You keep blaming it on you. You're trying to help people win. I win. I won $300,000. I'm just here to try and help you. Like what? People aren't getting help from me. They need help from you. No. So we'll see you later. Would you trade Sharbs for Marv? Travis, you seem to be hanging on to Marv a little tighter than I am, and I'm in Arizona. So, what's your take on this?
Not as much now. I think, man, if you really need a wide receiver, but right now Charbonnet is scoring touchdowns. I mean, so if you're looking at them both as like flex options, yeah, I think you have to bet on Charbs over Marv, right?
I'd rather have Charbs personally. Pick up Isaiah Davis, Devin Neal, or Ollie Gordon. I'd take Ollie Gordon on the upside. But, none of those guys should be in your lineup or anything. But so you're swinging for the home run, which would be Ollie if Achane got traded or got hurt or knock on wood. Offered for my Rice for Kittle and Bill. Rice by a country mile. No, thank you. Kittle, what are we doing? Why would you trade Rice for Kittle? And no, it's not even close. Hey, Smitty, should I start Pitts or Ott? Thank you for the super chat. Again, my answers aren't to belittle the question. It's just belittling the outcome. Just so you, again, I'm not by no means saying you shouldn't bring that to me or, we shouldn't have a discussion about it. And sometimes I have a reaction like that, and then I go back like a minute later. I go, you know what? I pull it up. I'm like, it's not that bad, actually. I think I overreacted. So, don't take it the wrong way. I just know, what are we doing? You'd rather have Gadsden, Jordan Mason, or BTJ? Gadsden. It is what it is, Vlad. It is what it is. Hey, Smitty, should I start Pitts or Otten? I'd probably go Otten. Kirko didn't seem to love Pitts anyway. You know what I mean? Like if Penix was there, it's tight end day. Maybe we give him a look-see. But with the depleted wide receiver room in Tampa, the proof that Otten shines when that happens, and then it being tight end day, let's roll with the good old Otten. What is this question here? Hold on. Just messed up and closed it. Where was it? Is it this one? Hopefully it's this one. I don't know. I just got rid of it. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, guys. Hang tight for me. I think it was like a red avatar. I think it was this one right here. JD5, Alvin Kamara, and CD and Goddard for Lamar, Saquon, Buka, and Pickens. Talk about a brain teaser. Pickens, Ibuka, Saquon side, Lamar by a country mile. It just took me a minute to process the data. Carry the 5, and then the other side's carry the 27. Lamar crushes JD5. It is what it is. Right now, at least. Even, they're both out this week. Alvin Kamara, Saquon. Give me Saquon all day, even with the risks for either one of them. But CD and Buka, you could literally say CD's better, but is it arguable? And then you got motherfucking Pickens. I mean, come on, this side's crushing. At the end of the day, it's like a escalating amount of value you're gaining that adds up to a truckload at the end of it all.
That is how people get tricked into messing up in trades, though.
I know. Just incremental, just a little incremental value hike. Just seen the report on Instagram from an account you follow. It says you spoke to 3 different sources that said BTJ News is false. Is this guy credit? I don't know, Racing Boy. I don't care if I follow. Sometimes I follow someone to be nice. Doesn't mean I follow them because I respect their opinion. And no, he didn't talk to anybody. I should unfollow whoever that was, just because there's no way that unless you're a connected, dialed-in person, that people are clout chasing. If anybody says that they have inside information that BTJ is not getting traded, they're either taking a report that already exists and they're pretending before other people read it that they heard it from somebody. But no one's calling this person or any person on the phone and giving them inside information. Nobody. I've been doing this 24 plus years professionally. And no one's giving me anything. No one's dialing me up. I don't have, even if someone knew somebody's dry cleaner that knew somebody, this is all hearsay. No one's feeding someone information like that. Now, I will say this. It's an educated guess. What happens 7 times out of 10 in these situations? 7 times out of 10, what do we hear? The team refutes the initial rumor and says we have no interest in trading BTJ. So that's what the person or any person is banking on, is to say and suggest, okay, what's the logical choice here? And this backfires a lot on people, and then their credibility shot. What do? Say, I'm sorry, my source was wrong. I apologize for that. I won't trust that source again. That's what we hear, right? Like you have no one has a source. It's the ESPNs, the Schefters, the Rappaports. It's no little tiny podcast or some little Instagram account. I don't care if they've got a lot of followers. No one's getting 3 phone calls on BTJ on news that's not out there, let alone 1 phone call. So don't get tricked. And just because I follow someone doesn't mean that I'm getting their advice. I make my own advice. I go live before that person even got out of bed. I don't even know who you're talking about. Again, by the way, before they put on their diaper. When they were a baby, I was live breaking down what they were talking about. Whoever the hell it is. I don't even know. It's probably my best friend. It was your mother, Smitty. It was your mother. Anyway, so what I'm trying to tell you is educated guessing is the name of the game. Educated guessing. Remember when Deshaun Watson was getting traded to the Atlanta Falcons? It was the most likely landing spot. There was rumors that were coming out about it, and it was very, very, very close to being done. And you had people coming out left and right saying, I've got inside information that this will happen within 12 hours because 12 hours was likely, 24 hours was likely, 2 days was likely. You're going to put it, and then it didn't happen. And people are like, guys, I'm sorry I got the time wrong, but there's just a little bit of a delay. I can't control these things. And what happens? He ends up going to Cleveland just on a flip. And then those people look like morons, but they made educated guesses. What is the best educated guess right here with BTJ? That the team's going to come out and say, we have no interest in trading him. And a person that just says, hey, guys, I've got 3 phone calls. Three people have called me, and the BTJ stuff's not. I'm 18. I'm 17 and a half years old, almost 18, in my mom's basement. And I've built up my Instagram page, and I'm a news aggregate now. I mean, people are calling me. They're calling me. They said, call him. Give him the information. All right, hold on. H13. Also have Worthy because someone dropped him, and I went from picking up. I went for the pickup. Okay. Flexing Worthy, hoping he makes up for QJ's donut. Yeah, or should I flex Dobbs? I'll go Worthy. You got the offense, bro. I mean, homie. And honestly, Worthy, he could drop nothing, but he could also have, rushing touchdown or receiving touchdown. Teams are going to be looking to shut down, Rice every week. They're going to try. They're not going to make it a very good attempt at it. Appreciate it. Guess I wasn't maxing out Ibuka's value. No, you weren't. And H13, I appreciate you still being here and having thick skin with it. I didn't mean anything by it when I said, what are you doing? Like, you know you're my boy, Blue. Guy with Barkley has Rice, Addison, AJB, MHJ. Other guy asked for Judkins plus Sutton. So Ibuka for Judkins and Sutton. I don't know if that's even enough, but it's getting better. Like, that's close. I guess Sutton... I don't value Sutton as high as I should. I really should be looking at Sutton higher. I don't know, Travis, is that a no-go for you? I kind of feel like Ibuka is higher than Judkins, but is he a ton higher? I think it's probably pretty...
No, I mean, it's Judkins and Sutton for Ibuka.
And Racing Boy, I ain't mad at you. Hope Racing Boy.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I couldn't say that's a bad deal if someone did Judkins and Sutton and Ibuka.
Hey, Racing Boy, I hope you know I'm not mad at you, pal. I'm not mad at you at all. I hope Racing Boy never replied after that super chat, and hopefully he doesn't think I'm yelling at him. Poor guy. Racing Boy's my boy. I get animated. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm never mad at anybody. Sometimes I'll yell about something, and then the next time someone will go, Smitty, it's me, the guy you yelled. I'm like, bro, I don't remember it. It's not that I have a bad memory. It's just none of that stuff's important to me. I'm not trying to retain what people said and try and gotcha. Like, you're part of the family. You spill the milk at Thanksgiving, you get yelled at, and honestly, the next time you come over, I don't remember you spilled it. I have no recollection of that. Not because of a bad memory, because I can't retain it. So, Racing Boy, I don't know if you're taking that hard. Hopefully, you're not.
Just illustrating a point.
Yeah. Hey. So, what do you say to this? Go get more? Is that what you're saying? We got Buka better. Sutton has a good floor. Anybody else want to weigh out?
If it would be like a positional thing for me. If I really need a running back, then I'd be okay with that because like Judkins, Buka are close, and then at the wide receiver position, you can still slot Sutton into that wide receiver spot. So
yeah,
if I really need a running back.
You know what's crazy is like, and thank goodness this didn't happen for him, but had AJ Brown news not broke in time, and let's say we were sitting here off of his big game, I think it would have been very easy to say you could get Barkley and AJB for Buka. Might be worth a gamble, and then AJP getting injured, or being injured. It's a good thing that didn't happen. I don't think the Barkley owner, unless you're getting Rice and you send him back Buka and something for Rice and Barkley, and it can't be something as good as Barkley, but I have a feeling that this owner who's waited on Rice, who has Rice, is like, I'm not trading Rice for Buka straight up, and I would understand that. So I don't think you're getting him from the Barkley owner, Rice. Judkins and Sutton, I would want something more age 13. Go try and find a better. Does he have anything better than Sutton? Age 13, appreciate you. Did I already answer this one? Never that. Yeah, I did that one already. Age 13, I did this one. And I got 2 more super chats and back to Travis. Barkley for ETN and Rome. Oh, I would take ETN and Rome. I'd take the gamble on ETN, but I would want Tootin somehow, some way. Then again, wait a minute. Let me pause on that. I really think Barkley's going to have 100 and a touch this game. I think that with AJB down, they're going to have to run the hell out of the ball. I think that Sirianni's one of those guys that, like, I bet you Sirianni's really good at battleship. Because I just think he's, and I think he probably moves his pieces too. He's probably like, he's coming for it. Let me move it over here. I just think that he's got there's pros and cons to the way he coaches. And I think a lot of it is Howie, and he's got a super team. The team kind of carries him. If anything, I think Sirianni should get like a D or a C- grade for his coaching this year, because he's got a super team. And it's almost like somebody's taking a race car that should be dominating and going 220 miles per hour on the track when every other car can go 180, and Sirianni's going 205. And he doesn't know how to make the car go 220. And so because he's still going faster at 205 than the 180s, everybody thinks he's a great coach. They're winning. He's winning the race, whatever. And anybody would go 205. An imbecile could go 205. I mean, you could put Adam Gase in as head coach over in Philly, and I think they'd probably go 205 miles per hour against 180 mile per hour race cars. You could put Bieniemy in as head coach. you could put I don't know, Shane Waldron could be the starting or the head coach and GM, and they'd still go 201 miles per hour and be. So Sirianni, I think, is getting way more credit. He was on the hot seat, if you remember, before they won last year. It was a season he entered on the hot seat. People forget that. What's my point? What am I trying to say here? Oh, that I think Barkley, battleship, I think he's gonna potentially, when you think he's gonna be here, he's gonna end up being over here. And he's good at outthinking people. He's good at doing something here, making you think this is what they're gonna do, and he goes over here and does this. And the tush push and innovation of the tush push is example of that, of trying to throw people off and do something that people aren't able to stop or they're not expecting. And so I do feel like right now he knows there's going to be limitations. No AJB. Finally figured out how to get AJB the ball. Now he's not in the lineup. What in the hell are they going to do with defenses focusing in on Devontae Smith, who I don't sit for that reason. I still like him, to Ron's question. But I think Henry's going to bowl. So this is a tough question for me to answer, because this week I think Barkley will explode. I think if I didn't need the depth, I'd keep Barkley. If I needed the depth so bad that I couldn't win, even if Barkley does well, I think maybe you make the trade. But it's pretty even. I was going to say that I like the other side a lot better at first, but that was one of those ones where it starts to sink in, and I don't know that I do like it better. And then hold on, let me get these 2 super chats out. This one from TJ. TJ says traded Bucky for Saquon. I don't mind that. I would probably rather get a little bit more, but Bucky's an enigma right now. He is an unknown factor at play. And while I do believe that he probably does come back in week 10 or 11, and they've got a bye week, so they play this week in week 8. The Bucs have a bye in week 9, and then we think Bucky comes back in week 10. But it still sounds like they aren't telling us that. We aren't hearing that at all. They're not even trying to leverage, like, he might play this week to try and keep a defense off. Like, they're just literally keeping us in the dark. So it's concerning enough that I say, maybe we go Barkley, but I would probably have asked for a little bit more. But I think it's not a bad gamble to make. And given that you watch this show, you probably have a lot of shares of Bucky, so you can afford to kind of make this maybe one maneuver and one move. And this super chat here, $20 hauler from Angel.
Super chat alert.
And then I'll head back over to the phone line where I've got Rock out waiting. What's up, my boy? You called it. Who goes to the house? Boca, Rice, Fannin, Woody, or White Dart. $100 hauler tomorrow. Wait, what? You call it? Oh, I call it. I get the pick? Oh, bro. Rice. I hate this responsibility because every time Angel said that he was going to do this, the player's not scoring. So do I pick somebody that we don't want to have any pressure on? Man, if Rice doesn't score at all, we're going to be so devastated. I don't know. I'm going to pull him. I don't think I'm that important to the universe that I can slow down Rice by making a pledge here with Angel. I don't think if Angel and I can screw up Rice's destiny, but Rice doesn't know who that means it's some other person. Maybe somebody that I've met is talking about me saying, oh, Smitty's going to get this call right. And every time he says I'm going to get a call right, I get it wrong. There's no way he can, this non-factor person I don't know controls my predictions. Just like I can't control Rice's outcome. If Angel and I are going to squash Rice's ability to score a touchdown this week, we all live in a simulation and we got bigger problems than whether Rice is scoring touchdowns or not. We got the Atlas coming straight at us in this simulation, the 3-eye Atlas. All right, so I'm going to go Rice, baby. That's our Gunner Player of the Week.
The Gunner Player of the Week. Brought to you by Gunner.com.
Let's switch out the shades. Let's go with the Witcher. Everybody wants a pair of Gunner blue light blocking glasses. My assortment is up there. I swap them out whenever we show this board. Gunner.com. The link is in the description of the video. Do it live. Get your pair of Gunner blue light blocking glasses like your boy Smitty. Angel, thank you. Hats off to you. Go Rashi Rice.
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
$100 hauler. This is a you call it. This is a you call it moment. He's let me call. Man, this is amazing. Drop Tootin for Sharbs. I love them both. I'd rather have Sharbs right now because he's in the spotlight. If for any reason he jumped into the forefront, then he would be the guy to go. So it's really based on opportunity, which we can't control. 14-man league. I'm 4-3. Josh Allen, Judkins, Warren, JSN, Nico, Adams, AJ Brown, Otten. Is there a move that I should make? You should have traded AJ Brown. Damn it. Maybe you could still trade AJ Brown. I know he's injured, but maybe you can get rid of AJ Brown and Jalen Warren for one slightly safer player. Now, the way that you get rid of AJ Brown for an AJ Brown that's safer is by throwing that second player in. So we got to go look real quickly and find somebody that's maybe even lesser than AJ Brown. Adunze would be beautiful for this trade. And you'd have to give up Jalen Warren to do it on top of it, I would imagine. Adams would be great. Adunze would be great. Lad, if I would trade it for Lad personally. I would say Sutton for A.J. Brown straight up would be an attractive move. Both of them for Pickens. Both of them for DK Metcalf. I mean, that's just about where it ends. I mean, maybe Hunter, but that's it. There's not much you can do. I like the rest of your team. It looks really, really solid. Not trading anything else that you got. I really, really like. Oh, you got Adams already. A.J. Brown. Yeah, so that's what I would do. That's the only move you need to make. Don't fret too much about your team because, you know, Josh Allen hasn't been pulling his weight, and that's probably why you're 4-3. He will. Coming off the bye week, it's going to be okay. All right, rock out your life.
Can I get 2 flexes?
There you go. There you go.
My options is Jaden Higgins, Evan Ingram, Harvey, Leggett, Burden, or Bourne. I need 2.
I thought you meant flex my arm. So hit me again. Let me write them down. Go ahead, rock out.
Jaden Higgins, Evan Ingram, Harvey, Leggett, Burden, Bourne, and also they have that Tennessee rookie on the waiver wire, I think, Drake.
Burden, Bourne, and A.O. Manor?
No, I said Leggett, Burden, and Bourne.
Oh, I thought you said the Titans. I think you just said the Titans receiver.
I think you meant Shamir DJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's on the waiver.
I probably say, and Noel's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I guess Travis, you got to lean here. Ingram, Burden, Harvey, Higgins, Bourne, and then am I missing anybody?
Like Leggett, Burden, Bourne.
Leggett.
Well, what I was actually going to ask you, Smitty, about Higgins. Do you think they're going to slot him into the Nico role, or do you think it's more of the same? You know, Hutchinson, Schultz, Noel.
I've gone back and forth on Noel and Higgins, and I'll be honest. I think I'd probably rather have Noel now. I've been kind of changing my mind on it, but
that said, I mean, Leggett's a little interesting because the game he had last week, and it seems like him and Dalton have a little bit of a connection.
Yeah.
Where the 49ers playing?
Houston.
I don't know, man.
And you don't know if they're going Jennings or Bourne because Jennings got most of the work last week.
I guess I'd rank them. I guess I'd rank them Burden and Bourne, and I just hope that Bourne resurges because Mac loves him, so I could see him resurging a little bit. I mean, and then so you need 2 of them, so Burden and Bourne, I guess.
Yeah, possible.
So are you just staying away from Harvey just because he hasn't gotten work?
No.
Part of me is hoping that I just pause him to flip, like we're in the simulation. Like
right. Right.
I mean, I want to go Harvey, but I guess you could. I mean, he caught a touchdown. I mean,
what about?
I feel like they're interested.
What about Ingram against us? I mean, Ingram the past 2 weeks has had actually 5 for 42 the past 2, so 9 points. I guess if you want like a
9 and 9.
Yeah, you know what, Travis, you're right. 7, 6, 6, 8 target wise.
Yeah, 13, 9, 90, 20 last week.
You need 2 of these guys, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I might just switch it up again. Let's see here.
I just started looking at that Ingram.
Here's what I'll say. You want safety, go Burden Bourne. You want high risk, high reward, go Harvey Ingram.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta really like rolling the dice though, Like you got
take one of each.
You got $20 down on this, 7-leg contest, and you can cash out and double your money or let it ride and win $400 instead of the $20 or whatever, if you're that person, you go Harvey Ingram. If you're cash out, Oscar or cash out Caleb, you're going to want to go Bourne and probably Burden. I think Burden's going to do well because I think the but I don't know. Burden's hard to. Maybe you go Bourne and Ingram. Bourne and Ingram or Harvey and Ingram if you like a little risk. That's final answer. I like Burden, but let me look up Burden real quick. I just don't know.
He only had like 3 points last week.
Yeah, I just don't know that we can predict his consistent.
I think I might even have Leggett over Burden.
Yeah, yeah. Burden. What do you have target wise? 4.2. He's never been in the green.
Yeah, I think we need to see Burden a little bit more.
Yeah, I think targets are a real good indicator, and he's got never once has he been in the green. Now Leggett had 11 targets, but he has no quarterback, and so.
Well, didn't he do a lot of it with Dalton last week, though?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, I mean,
what was his game look?
It make a good point.
Let's see, he had 11 targets last week with Dalton.
Granted, this is a group you can come up with those. Didn't he do this or couldn't he do that? For all of these guys.
I'm okay.
I think I like Ingram as one of them.
If you locked in Leggett, I'm fine with that. I would, 11 targets is a lot.
Could do Ingram and Leggett.
Yeah, maybe that's your safe.
I mean,
let's call that your safe.
They have to throw against Buffalo.
Because Rock Out, you make a real good point. Leggett and Travis too. Leggett and Ingram are both the green-lit target monsters from last week. And they did have target monsters. I'm not saying they had monster fantasy points, but both of them were in the green in targets. So this is your safest move, yeah. But if you were to switch out one of them for Harvey, I guess I would go with Harvey and Leggett because I don't know if I want both Denver Bronco players just because I think that while I say that don't make decisions off that usually, with this particular combo, I think they're probably not both blowing up. But although you could hedge,
the only thing
two Bronco players.
Only thing Harvey has to do with like game script.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You could go.
Yeah, you could hedge your bets and put both of the Denver guys in. Is that what you were going to say?
Yeah, I mean there is hedging to it, but you could also, if Denver does very badly and let's say Nick does one touchdown and like 290 yards and an interception, like some wild game we didn't expect, then all of a sudden you're screwed. I would say Ingram and Leggett, final answer if you want safety. Yeah. Leggett, Harvey if you want to roll the dice a little bit. You guys changed my mind. The targets are there for both Leggett and Ingram. You got to go with the green-lit targets, man. 11 and 3 straight weeks with consistent targets for Ingram. Yeah, go ahead. All right, got to roll here. Anything else, Rock Out, real quick?
No, that's it. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, bro. My boy. Later. Travis.
Have you heard anything on Kincaid, or is he just still questionable? Because it's like a great matchup for him.
Let me get Josh's $50 holler out of the way. Sorry, Josh. I'm sorry. Josh. Quesadilla, as they say. Josh Quesadilla, appreciate you. Just traded Chase Brown and Herbo for Stafford and Judkins. I can get behind that kind of trade. Quesadilla. My team is now Stafford, Fields, Achane, Judkins, Hampton, Harvey, Blue, Garrett Wilson, Jamar Chase, Igbuka. I don't know why we're listening to Garrett Wilson first, but yes, I like the team. Kittle, 6-1. Positive I'm winning the league. Look, you got a good squad, bro, my boy. You got a good group of RBs. You could even trade like Hampton and Garrett Wilson right now for that one extra monster. Hendy, JJ, Barkley, James Cook, Adams, maybe even a running back like Kyron or whatever. You just never know. That's a good team, my boy. Keep trying though. Try that move, but love the squad. Smitty, approve your team. easily in the 8.4, 8.5 range.
You've just been.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Danny with the super says two-parter. Drop Keon for Spears. Sure. I'm fine with that. And then Ladd or Rome rest of season. That's a tough one. Ladd or Rome rest of season. Give me Ladd, I think. I love Ladd, man. I think Ladd is so undervalued. I like Rome a lot, but we've seen Rome get phased out. Not only could he get phased out because Caleb rotates this thing, but you also have Caleb throwing one touch, or no, he didn't throw a touchdown last week. He ran one, right? Ran one. Did he throw one? Forget if he threw one. I think he may have. He had one touchdown, I believe. But Caleb was a disaster. His defense won. His special teams wins. I mean, they carry him every week. The only thing that would make me regret this is if Bajan gets in there. I think Bajan is perfect for Ben Johnson's offense. Bajan is like a sleeper, super flex QB that if you're in a 14-man, even maybe 12, super flex, grab Bajan if you can hold him, if you got a big enough roster.
No, he had no touchdowns last week.
Yeah, no passing touchdowns at all. So that worries me. But if Bajan got in there,
3 points.
Work that system good. Give me Ladd McConkey, but it's close. Rome's really solid, bro. Rome's really, really solid. I love Rome a lot. Rome's one of my favorite buy lows, but so is Ladd. And Ladd's coming off 100 and a touch game. Nice is $100 hauler if Rice scores tomorrow. Doing it live. Attaboy. Thank you.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I mean, can we a little caveat? If he what if he scores 3? Can we get a $120 if he scores 3? Angel, I'm just kidding. Angel, you're my guy, bro. Angel's trying to give me this $100 so bad, and the last 2 times the 2 players that is supposed to house called didn't house call, and so he's like, you pick, dealer's choice. Let me get my redo. Mahomes, JD5, Chase Brown, Warren, QJ, Gibbs, Sharps, Pittman, Rice, Smith, Nico, Ferguson, McBride, Lamb, and Bowers for Gibbs. James just gifted 20 memberships, by the way.
You've just been.
Thank you, James. Appreciate you. Let me get my. Okay, so let me read this again. Lamb and Bowers for Gibbs. Lamb and Bowers for Gibbs. Oh, so this is Derek who called in, right? Is that right? Maybe. Lamb and Bowers for Gibbs. Let me get my redo. When we went over this. Oh, yes, he called in and he had the whole thing wrong. So here's his team. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate you dropping the super chat. That's right. Okay, so this is the guy that gave us the team that ended up being the wrong team, and we couldn't dissect it anymore. We're like, we're done. So Mahomes. So I'm trying to trade JD5, assuming this is a 1 QB. Chase Brown, QJ, Gibbs. Okay, Rice, Smith, Nico, McBride, Lamb, and Bowers for Gibbs. I mean, you have McBride, so nothing's changed. You got Ferguson and McBride. And here's the reason why I'm hesitant to say no to you, even though I love the value in a vacuum. Why do you still have Ferguson and McBride? Is it because you haven't wanted to trade them, or have you tried to trade them and no one's biting? Meaning, A, people aren't trading in this league very often, so it's just the one team that is doing trading and active doesn't need a tight end. Like, what happens if you get Bowers, McBride, and Ferguson? My guess is you won't be able to get rid of one of them. Or you're going to be taking a bath to get rid of them because you're just trying to wash your hands of getting something back. I would say at the end of the day, I'm not trading Gibbs in this situation. If it's me, I'm trying to trade Chase Brown. I would have tried to get rid of QJ. Good luck now. Chase Brown, Devontae Smith off a big game. You might even be able to do it after this week. But Chase Brown and Devontae Smith for one player. JJ's attainable. James Cook's attainable. Derrick Henry's attainable. Barkley's attainable. Adams is attainable. I think you're better off doing a move like that, even if you feel like you've exhausted resources. Even waiting a week might change the board for that person. So I'm going to say no, do something else. Keep Gibbs on the roster. I don't think you getting Bowers benefits you. What are you going to do? Shove him into your flex spot? You know, if you can't get rid of McBride. Now, if you set up a McBride trade in advance and you can in unison accept them, then come to me and tell me that. Like, if you could trade McBride for London, or McBride for Rice, or McBride for Buka, or McBride for JJ, then now we're talking. Then I'm probably punching the button. What's up, brother? Projected to lose by a lot. Start Fields, Cousins, or Mariota. Probably Fields because of the running. Travis, would you start Cousins over Fields or no?
Probably because, I mean, Fields has no one to throw to except Taylor. Reynolds is out now too. Reynolds and Wilson out.
I guess the thinking is rushing touchdown, 60 yards, 150.
Yeah, well, if they let him run.
Maybe a Taylor touchdown, so he has 2 total. I think that's what people are hoping for, but you might be right.
Who are they playing, though?
I'm not.
Am I wrong?
I'm not ultra confident. The Jets are.
They're playing Cincinnati. Okay, no,
Are
take
they
that back. I thought they were playing Cincinnati.
They're on the road, right?
They're at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's defense is pretty bad.
Yeah, they're right there. Second game down. But then you look at Kirk Cousins, and it's the game right above. The first game, it's Miami, and it's at home.
Oh, they're playing Miami. Mooney's playing.
I'd probably take Kirko. I might have answered that different on another question. So if anybody's watching, and we got that one right, and they're like, "You told me." I'm sorry, I'm changing my mind. Atlanta at home versus the Dolphins versus the Jets on the road versus the Bengals, or at the Bengals, which is a nice matchup too. But yeah, I think I'm with Travis. More weapons, Kirko. But Fields is capable. I'll just put it that way. And he certainly is.
Yeah, it's kind of a gut call. It's one of those 50-50. Like, they're so hard.
Yeah.
There's so much crap coming into play there.
Trade advice. I need trade advice. I'm 3-4, and my lineup is J85, Judkins, Bill, Rice, BTJ, Kittle, Ferguson. So try and trade one of the tight ends. Neighbors, unfortunately. Okay, so Judkins and Rice, I'm not moving. Bill, BTJ, and Kittle or Ferguson, I'm moving. So I think this comes down to a creative 2-for-2 would be best for you, which, again, Henry and James Cook and Adunze and Josh Allen, all those guys fit the bill. So I'm very intrigued by trading BTJ and Kittle for Henry and something, for Barkley and something, for Adunze and something much better than, you got to get something a little bit better there. But Kittle or Ferguson, whichever one gets you the most. I'd consider trading Hunter as well. But I think I'm trying to do a creative 2-for-2. I'd prefer not to do Hunter, and I'd prefer to get rid of BTJ, who's injured. You don't know what he is. Don't give him away. It'd have to be something intriguing, like a Henry and something, very, very solid. Something you like a lot. And then past that, would I trade like Kittle straight up for would I try Kittle straight up for Henry? Yeah. Barkley? Yeah. You'd probably have to give up a little more like BTJ to get James Cook, but I think you could try Kittle or Ferguson for Henry or Barkley. You could probably give up that BTJ and one of the tight ends for JJ. JJ's very cheap right now. I love when people come in and say, Smitty, no one's trading JJ. You might not be because you don't want to trade him. I promise you there are people giving JJ away. There are people in comments of my videos that say, Smitty, stop talking about getting JJ. He's never going to be the same until next year or later. There's tons of people doubting him. G Money says trade away Dart and Hunter for Lamar. Absolutely. Go get Lamar. He's worth it. He's worth it, bro. He's a monster. What's up, brother? Projected to lose by a lot. I answered that one already. Thank you, Lewis. Appreciate you. This one here from Gaming says, Dynasty 26 late first and Olave for BTJ and Ferguson. I don't know, man. Olave, if he gets traded to New England, we're going to really like him a lot. I'd probably say give me the first in Olave right now over BTJ. I just don't. Then again, if BTJ gets traded to New England, then it would be off the hook. I think it's a tough one. I'd probably say give me the first in Olave right now. You know what? Give me Ferguson and BTJ. I still believe BTJ. It could come back to. It could come back to bite me, but I still feel like BTJ did not trip and fall into top 4 numbers. I don't think he got lucky. I don't think he's a one-hit wonder. I just think right now he's getting no footballs thrown in his direction to his liking, and he's letting his character, which is kind of shaky, get the better of him right now. He needs to grow up.
And I genuinely wonder if he doesn't move now, I think they might revisit it in the offseason.
Yeah.
You know, it's a new coaching staff. It sounds like they want to build things around Hunt.
Agreed. Mahomes, Herbert, Jacobs, Javonte Williams, Bucky, Rashee Rice, Adams, great team. Higgins, I kind of think it's T. Higgins because it's before Harrison, so it's probably not a Jaden Higgins. Bowers, Warren, your opinion, should I make any moves? Yeah, I mean, I'd trade one of the tight ends. And honestly, if Tyler Warren got me what I needed, I'd do it, but I'd be very apprehensive about it because your team's already very, very good. Jacobson, Javonte Williams, and Bucky's fantastic, and you can afford to wait on Bucky. And having Adams and Rice is unbelievable. T. Higgins is great. You could almost trade like T. Higgins and I mean, you could look at T. Higgins and Bucky for Henry and something for Barkley and something. Get that really creative 2-for-2 going on. But you could also trade like, I mean, I do wonder what the team would look like if you traded like Warren and Higgins for like JJ and somebody, or I don't know. That'd probably be where I start just poking around. It depend on what the teams had. But I love Warren a lot, but I love Bowers. If you got Warren and Bowers, you have to pick and choose. You got to say, okay, no one's going to give me what I want for Bowers. Then you know what? You could wait. If you really want Warren, which I don't blame you, and part of me does want Warren way more, I could wait until we get word that Bowers is coming back. And I don't know if when your trade deadline is. That would also determine this, but you could let Bowers go drop a big game and then trade him. My guess is you can afford to wait. Your team's so good, you don't need to make this move now. Sometimes being patient with players and teams like this, Bucky gets more value each game. He gets closer to coming back. Unless I'm trading Bucky for Henry and something, you know, even if you threw an MHJ and made it a 2-for-2, but you really hit it home with that second player, I'm probably more likely to stand down and wait till the values go up. Because every player you have, Bowers, Bucky, especially the players you're trying to trade, they go up in value if you just wait a little bit of time. You run the risk of the players you want to buy low on going back up in value too, though. So you got to kind of poke around and see. But my question had another part to it. Appreciate you, says Lewis. All right, hold on, Lewis. Let me see. Start 2 running backs: Harvey, Spears, Monangai, and Justice Hill. Probably. Oh man. Chat, vote on this one: Harvey, Spears, Monangai, Hill. Pick 2. Franklin or Fannin. I probably go Fannin. But I like Franklin, but he's got such little target share, man. I mean, it's so low. I'd go Fannin, and then of the 2 running backs, I guess I go Harvey. Monangai's sharing carries too, though. You know, like, so Harvey, Monangai, they're all the same. Spears, they're all sharing carries. I guess I'd go Spears and Harvey if it was me, but Spears and Monangai is not crazy either. Justice Hill's okay. They're all very, very similar. They're all very contingent upon, like, who's just going to get lucky and get more work. Who's going to get lucky and see an opportunity open up for him that we didn't expect, and it's going to be unpredictable. But if you go with, I guess, the talent, Harvey would be in there for me. Thoughts on Mooney if London doesn't play? Mooney would go up in value for sure, but Mooney will probably still be very decent. You know, some ways you don't want him to necessarily be the one because then he'll get potentially shut down. You know, you play the best corner, you know, when you're the best wide receiver. So, all right, Travis, anything else before we close it down?
Yeah, just quick. Do we have any news on Kincaid? Because we got a really good matchup tomorrow with against the Panthers. The Panthers are horrible against tight ends.
The last I heard,
still questionable. Like,
yeah,
I haven't heard anything.
That's the last I heard. It was just a game time call. If he's active this, if he's active that, we don't have anything. We'll know tomorrow morning though. It'll be like Kincaid is questionable to play, but will start. You know, or he won't.
So if he's playing, would you flex him over Shaheed?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. And then at the risk of exposing my whole team because it's a Mars man league, I'll just be transparent. I'm gonna have to pick up a kicker at some point, and I'm gonna have to drop 2 people. If you look at my team, it's, I guess, I don't know. Would you drop Shaheed? You had to pick up a kicker. It would have to be like Shaheed, and then either Ollie or Rashard Smith. I hate to drop either of them.
I guess Shaheed and Ollie. I will say, looking at Shaheed's game log, I mean, he did have 9 targets last week, but
he's been very, very like solid.
Yeah.
Bye-week guy, filling guy.
Maybe I do like him over Kincaid. I don't know. Kincaid's been great too, though. But Kincaid will be playing potentially banged up. I guess I just still roll with Kincaid. He's got 3 TDs on the year. But yeah, I guess Gordon and Shaheed, if you're forcing me to cut players and you barely listed any, so I mean, that of what you listed, I probably would drop those guys if I had to. I hate dropping.
Can you see? Do you have it right there? Are you able to look at my team really quick? Tell me who you drop. Trying to make a trade. I have a bunch of trade-offs.
What league is this?
Marsman.
If I had to drop one, if I had to drop one of your players, I guess
I'm gonna have to drop 2 to pick up
two of your players. I guess I would roll with.
Like I don't want to drop Blue because I have Javante, so I want to keep that.
You can't drop Christian Watson and put somebody else in that spot. You already have an open IR spot anyway. Okay. Yeah, I'd probably say
I'm gonna have to dump Watson too. So I'm not even counting him.
I'd probably have to say, you got to drop Gordon, and I mean you could drop Fannin. I suppose I don't know that I love that, but you got Gadsden and. But you might need him later. I would say probably drop Shaheed and Gordon. Yeah, Ollie Gordon. Unfortunately,
yeah.
It's your only.
I'm going to try to make a trade. I mean, obviously, I'll trade players other than them. Make a trade before the morning and stuff like that. But if it comes down to it, and I need a win, I have to add a kicker. So.
All right.
All right, appreciate it, Smitty.
All right, later. Give me a 2 for 1. All right, later, bro.
All right, bye.
All right, it's $20 super chat from Jake. Jake, appreciate you.
Super chat alert.
2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Appreciate everybody in here. Hit the thumb up button on the way out the door. Achan, Hendy, Harvey, Tootin, Brashard Smith, Puka, Rice, JSN, Travis Hunter, and JMO. I tried trading Travis Hunter for running back, but they won't bite. Should I trade Puka for James Cook and play Hunter? Puka's worth so much more than James Cook, bro. This isn't even close. It's not even close. You can't trade Puka for James Cook. If you trade Puka, you get James Cook and a mother-freaking Adams. You trade Puka for James Cook, you're getting an additional freaking... I mean, it's like Adams. There's a very select group of wide receivers that could even be accepted as an additional throw-in for this. No way. And don't worry so much about making a trade for like 1 week or anything. I mean, Achane and hopefully Brashard Smith starts coming around. Hopefully Hendy starts coming around. I mean, Tutin's getting some work. You can plug him in there when he's back from the bye week, but I don't know, man. This is a really, really, really tough situation to just force a trade. I mean, Rice and JSN and Hunter and Puka, if you can start all 4 of those guys, then keep rolling with it, I think. Or you got J-Mo too. I would try and trade Travis Hunter before I trade Puka, Rice, or JSN. I keep that trio intact with Achane, and I'm trying to move Travis Hunter for a running back. Travis Hunter and J-Mo, Travis Hunter and Tutin to the ETN owner. Try and get ETN using Travis Hunter. Get ETN and Tutin together. Or trade Tutin and Travis Hunter to the ETN owner for some player. You know, see what they got. I'd go those routes first. I'm just going to back you down on that idea. That idea is not a good idea. James Cook. That's like you selling to the highest bidder, bro. Like, absolutely not. Guys, I'm out of here. Appreciate every single one of you. I'll be live an hour before kickoff in the morning for the morning games, the morning slate of games. Heading into the kickoff of those games, we'll be live for 2 hours. So I'll see you all in the morning. Don't forget, you can get on over to the Patreon and get 24/7 live chat advice from the entire amazing community we got over on the Patreon. So if you feel like you still got need answers to questions, just smash the hell out of that right there. That link, I'm going to pin it in the live chat on the way out the door. Do it live. Appreciate you all. See you all in the morning. Thank you for the super chats, everybody. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you very much. Mac slipping one at the very end. My scat Ted Alvin for Puka. I would take Puka. Scat for Worthy Swift. I would take Scat. Thank you to my $50 super chatters. That includes Josh Quesadilla. We've got Gunners. I bought Gunners. And we got Jake with the $20 haulers. We got H13, and Angel with the $20 haulers. Appreciate you all. See you all in the morning, 2 hours before kickoff. Deuce. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Travis, Space Ricky, Blackbeard, Sick Nasty, The Bolt, Vampy. Deuce.